Hey, today we're going to go over what the Google search results look like whenever you're running paid ads. So there are essentially two types of paid campaigns or paid platforms that allow you to run ads on Google. The first is going to be Google Local Service ads, and then the second is going to be Google Search ads. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This is going to be just for the desktop view. So whenever someone searches for example, plumber near me, this is what you're going to see on desktop in most cases. So right at the top, we have a Google local service ad. These are a pay per lead basis. So you only get charged whenever someone messages you or if they give you a call and request a service that you offer. So right at the top, you have the Google local service ads. One thing to note is that in order to create these, you tend to need a background check as well as insurance and potentially other certifications. So keep that in mind whenever you try and set one up. The next one down here is for Google search ads. And so you could tell these are different because they actually have headlines and descriptions below them. And then these also tend to lead the customer or potential customer directly to your website or a landing page. So that's the difference between the two. Moving on down below that, we see another sponsored ad. And this kind of blends in with the other map listings or the Google map listings. And the only way to get one of these on here is also through Google search ads. So keep in mind that you'll want to connect your Google business profile or your Google Maps listing directly to your Google ad account. And then you will need to be running search campaigns in order for your ad to display in the Google Maps listing. Also, there is a caveat that you have to have your business address listed and published in your Google business profile in order for your ad to show up. So if you are hiding your business address in your Google business profile or your Google Maps listing, you will not be able to display this type of an ad through a search campaign. So keep that in mind. And then moving on down, we have the usual organic search results. And if you keep scrolling down, you'll get more ads as well. So this tends to change and fluctuate quite a bit. But in this example, we have another Google search ad, except this is for the location extension, which shows your map listing on here. And then below that, we have a standard search ad with headlines and descriptions, which goes to your landing page or website, depending on how that's set up. Okay, so that is essentially the desktop view. We're going to go over to a mobile view of whenever someone searches for a plumber, or it could be your business. So right at the top, it's kind of similar to desktop. So we have a Google local service ads area. Instead of just two businesses showing up, we have three on here. This will tend to fluctuate. It could be two, it could be three. Google will make changes just based on your area and whatever the potential customer is searching for. If we keep on moving down, we have a Google search ad. Again, you can tell this is a search ad because there is a headline on here, as well as a business image or an ad extension or asset for Google search ads. And then as we scroll down here, on this particular search that I did, the Google search ad for their map listing actually showed up at the bottom, not at the top. So something to keep in mind there. It'll kind of fluctuate and show up in different places sometimes, but you can see this one is sponsored. So that's a Google search ad. However, it's showcasing your Google Maps listing instead of your website or landing page. And then we get into the organic results. So anyways, hopefully this was helpful. You can kind of see there were some similarities between the desktop view and the mobile view with Google local service ads at the top, then typically some form of a Google search ad, and then a Google Maps listing ad on there. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.